Hey guys, we're going to make a yummy, yummy bread pudding with our leftover eggnog and our leftover challah. In my family, we celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas, so we have challah in the house because it's Hanukkah. But this is like a few days old and like 3 days old, and nobody's really going to be eating it. And I also have some eggnog that I used for something else, but we don't really drink eggnog. We like the flavor of eggnog and things, but we don't really drink it. And you know what's so funny is I wanted to see how many people like it. So on my Instagram at Amanda Does Food, I asked in my stories how many people like eggnog, and almost everyone said that they did. So there were maybe like 2 or 3 people that said that they didn't like it. So I thought this is a great way to utilize my challah and my eggnog that otherwise might go to waste. We'll make this yummy bread pudding. We'll put a little cinnamon, a little nutmeg and vanilla. And then I'm going to add some cherries, and they give like that nice, that bright dry cherries. They give that bright red color, and it's perfect for Christmas. But you could also add leftover cranberries from Thanksgiving, leftover dried cranberries from Thanksgiving. That would be great. They look really pretty, or you can obviously leave it out as well. Okay, let's get started. I have my slow cooker here. It's probably going to be in my slow cooker for about 2 hours on high, but I'm going to really test it out and make sure that's the exact time, and I will obviously let you know. All right, so let's get our, first let's do our custard right in the slow cooker. We don't even need another bowl. And we'll put our eggs in first. We need about 3 eggs, or we need exactly 3 eggs. All right, we've got our eggs in. I have a sink right next to me, and it's very, very convenient. So, eggs. Now, our eggnog. This has about a cup missing out of it, and it's a quart. So let's, you know what, let's get some precise measurements over here. I'm always just kind of dumping things in, but let's see if we can be a little more precise. All right, so I've got a cup of eggnog in there, and I'm gonna put maybe half a cup more. Perfect. All right. Now I thought some orange zest might go well in our custard and go well with the cherries and the cinnamon and the nutmeg. This is actually like a little not a clementine, like a little baby mandarin orange. The easy peel ones, I love these. I have one of these probably every morning for breakfast with either this or a green juice with berries in it, and 2 hard-boiled eggs with 1 yolk, and my vitamins, and some avocado. Delicious. Okay, so now we have our nutmeg. We just need like a pinch of nutmeg. Nutmeg goes really well with your eggnog. And you know, if I actually had rum, dark rum, light rum, but probably dark rum would be best in this, that would be delicious in this bread pudding, but I just don't have any rum. But you could try it out and then let me know. A little cinnamon, just a little. Love cinnamon. Vanilla, I love vanilla. I always add a little more vanilla than I probably should. Love it. All right, what else did I want to add? We're gonna do our cherries and our challah. Let's get our custard all nice and incorporated in here with the eggs and the eggnog. Oh my gosh, I can smell the eggnog. It smells so good. Eggnog obviously reminds me of Christmas. That's when everybody has eggnog. And it is the holiday season. It's gonna be Christmas soon. Okay, so we've got some nice custard in there. That's perfect. And let's get our challah. As you can see, I have these kind of random chunks, and I'm not gonna be too diligent about getting the crust off, but I'm going to at least try a little bit. Maybe get some of the crust off, like the bottom of the loaf. I make bread puddings with challah all the time, especially if I have guests sleep over. It's almost like sometimes I'll arrange it in the slow cooker and then pour the custard over, but arrange it so that it looks like French toast, like baked French toast in the morning. And then you have that with maple syrup. It's like perfect for overnight guests. And for people who like savory, just throw some little potatoes in the oven and make a big pan of scrambled eggs. So you've got a really great breakfast with little or no effort, using up leftover ingredients. And even if they weren't leftover, it's not expensive. All right, we've got almost all this off. And even if you wanted to skip this step, I mean, go ahead. I just like to do this. All right, I'm just gonna peel it in or rip it into like maybe 1-inch cubes so that it's like kind of in little bite-sized pieces. It's gonna be yummy. Very, very, very yummy. You could do this with other types of bread too. Like whatever bread you have left over. I feel like I always have a lot of stuff left over from Hanukkah, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. And I love bread pudding. I love the texture, that smooth, kind of warm mouthfeel, the eggy bread thing. All right. And then these little pieces, I'll just take like little chunks out of the middle because that's mostly crust. And then I don't feel like I wasted. I hate that feeling. Let's push this down. Oh, you know what we forgot? A little pinch of salt. Always put salt in your sweet things as well. All right. And I just want to make sure, let me taste this. I'm going to taste this. I always taste everything as I go. It's kind of a cool trick because then there are no surprises when your food comes out. I just want to taste this and see how sweet it is. Yeah, you can see I didn't add any sugar because this is very sweet. And the challah has a sweetness too. So we don't need any added sugar. And this is actually looking absolutely perfect. There are a couple other pieces I see here. That's 2, okay. All right, that's good. We got the challah. Let's add our cherries, our dried cherries. I love dried cherries. I prefer them to dried cranberries. I feel like they're a little sweeter, but I do like dried cranberries. I just prefer these cherries. I'm gonna give that a little stir. And then I'm going to turn it on, get it cooking, and I will keep you in the loop as it cooks and show you what it looks like. But this is gonna be awesome. And then you can serve it with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream. That would be great. Or even just melt some, you know what would be really great? Creme anglaise. So you can melt some really good vanilla ice cream and not melt it, just let it sit out. And then the melted part, just kind of, you can put a little pool of it in a plate and then scoop some of your bread pudding and put it on top. It would be out of this world. Or you can drizzle it over the top. That would be delicious too. But let's get this cooking and then I'll show you what it looks like when as it goes. Hey guys, our bread pudding is done. Our eggnog, oh, the steam is kind of fogging up my camera, but the eggnog, cherry, and dried cherry bread pudding is done. It's so moist and yummy and soft, and then the edges are a little bit crispy. I love that. So you get the contrast in texture. It looks so good. I'm gonna have a bite. But the way you can serve this, oh, it was on high for 2 hours, but the way you can, or you can put it on low for 4 hours and just keep it warm if you have things to do.